G'day guys, Pete here, back with another military ration review, and this time we have a Spanish individual combat ration. This one is menu A2 and it is a lunch. There are 15 menus in total, 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches and 5 dinners. This one weighs 840 grams and approximately has around 3,400 calories. Alright, let's take a closer look at the packaging. As you can see, it is written in multiple languages, which I think is Spanish, English and French. And you can see it is there, it is lunch A2. Now, it also has a best before date there, and that is October 2023. So this is a nice, fresh military ration. You can see it is NATO approved as well. Now, it comes packaged in this nice, thick green plastic bag, and the contents of the ration are in a cardboard in a box. There is no other writing anywhere on the packaging other than on the front. All right, let's get into it. All we need to do is just to tear open the side here. Ooh, something's got a smell to it. Possibly something may have leaked. And you can see it comes packaged in this nice little olive green cardboard box. Oh, it's possibly the fuel tabs that smell there. And we also have this flyer here as well, and it does come in multiple languages, including English, which is handy. Just pause that there if you want to read that. And first out we have instant hand disinfectant. And next up we have a instant soup, and this one is chicken and pasta. And next out we have our fuel tabs, and this is what I can smell. Anyone who's opened up a ration with these fuel tabs, you get that sort of off fishy sort of smell. And next up we have 4 of these isotonic drinks with vitamin C. And we have quite a large package here of Quince Jam, or as it says, Quince Cream. And next up you have your fluoride toothpaste. Now, in any of the breakfast rations you would have a toothbrush, and you would carry that toothbrush with you all day. And you would use this toothpaste to brush your teeth after lunch. And we have one of our tins. Now this one is calamari or squid in its ink. That'll be interesting. And next up we have a small book of matches. And we have our main, which is Galician stew. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct, but sounds good. Next up we have a bag, which could either be toilet paper or a napkin, and we have 10 sheets. We have 2 water purification tablets. We have 1 chewing gum. And finally, we have our S-bit stove. And that is the entire contents there of the ration. All right, first up, let's clean up, and we'll use our instant hand disinfectant. Now this is just the gel, so we'll just squeeze it all down. Just have a bit of a smell. Yeah, it's just got a little nice little aroma there, nothing too strong of fragrance. It takes a bit for it to dry. And your hands are a little bit sticky, but there you go. At least they're sanitized. And next up, we'll get our main heated up on our S-bit stove. So let's get that prepared. And just to fold it, basically, you fold those there in that direction, those in that direction, and these 2 down, which make the feet. There you go. And our main here, which is a 300 gram serve of Galician stew. And it also has a ring pull top lid, which is very handy. And it also has a best before date there of 2023. So this should be good. All right, and we'll just break out one of these fuel tabs. Have a look at this. Not really sure why they need to put this little disclaimer here, but you are not to eat your matches. And that didn't take long to take off at all. Now they do recommend that you break up your fuel tabs because you get more surface area, which gives you a larger flame. As you can see, that thing is roaring. Now when opening your tin, always open it only halfway, and that way it gives you a nice little handle to carry your tin with. And next up we'll do our chicken and pasta instant soup. Now there is no directions on how you prepare this soup, but we'll just be mixing this in our canteen cup. Now this canteen cup was kindly donated by Rob, a long-time viewer of the channel. Thanks, mate. I don't know if you can see that, but they actually have little pieces of pasta. They're like little pasta shells. I've actually never seen that before inside a instant soup. Now, as this ration doesn't come with any sort of utensils, I'm just going to subs in here a Canadian IMP spork. All right, and next up, let's get open our squid in its own ink. Now this is a 115 gram tin here, again with a ring pull top. Now I'm not a big fan of seafood, so I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy this. Ooh. Okay, it looks like you get 6 little small squid tubes there, and it looks like also they possibly have the tentacles stuffed inside. Lovely. And next up we'll open up Quince Jam, or Quince Cream as it says. Now I've seen other reviewers try and open one of these without much success. There you go. A bit of a smell of that. Yeah, that has a great quince fragrance coming from it there. All right, now you don't get any crackers or anything with this, so I guess the only way to eat this is actually just to scoop it out. It's actually quite thick. It's almost like it is, it has the consistency of, say, a mashed date or something similar to that. It's actually quite thick. All right, let's give that a try. Yeah, you know what? That has a beautiful flavour. It's not like the artificial jams that you get in some rations. This basically has a beautiful, simple quince flavour. Not overly processed. It's slightly gritty as well. And it would go beautiful if you only had some crackers. Yeah, that is fantastic. Geez, I've eaten this whole thing. That is one of the nicest jams in any ration that I've ever had. That is beautiful. All right, I've just put another fuel tab in our stove, and you can see I've spilled a little bit here when I was putting the tin back on, but that should keep it going now and get it nice and hot. All right, next up we might try our chicken and pasta soup. Let's have a look and see if we can find any of this pasta, see if that's rehydrated properly. Yep, looks good. All right, give that a try. Yeah, you know what? That's not the nicest soup that I've ever had at all, to be honest. Definitely has a mushroomy sort of flavour. That's more what's coming through than chicken. I can't really get any chicken flavour coming through there. And there you can see the pasta shells, the small pasta shells. Give those a try. Yeah, look, those pasta shells there, even though this soup has been sitting for around 10 to 15 minutes, they are still fairly firm and a little bit chewy and not really nice. But you know what? The rest of the soup is just like dirty water. There is no chicken flavour at all. The flavour that's sort of coming through is maybe like a mushroom. I don't know where the chicken is in this soup, but you know what? I don't really think it's an instant soup if you have to wait 15 odd minutes for your pasta to soften up. And next up, we're going to try our Isotonic Powder with vitamin C. Now, the idea behind this Isotonic Powder is you actually just open up the sachet and pour it directly into your mouth and then have a bit of a drink of water to wash it down. But we're going to try that, but we're also going to try and mix it into a cup as well. All right, let's give that a try. Yeah, you know what? That has very little flavour. All you can really sort of taste is the isotonic part of the beverage. There is no sweeteners or no flavouring added at all. Yeah, it definitely quenches your thirst, but you know what? A little bit of flavour wouldn't be too bad. And next up, we'll try it the way it's meant to be consumed, and that is to pour it directly into your mouth. Wow, that is a completely different experience. Lots of flavour, lots of lemon coming through. It's almost like popping candy. Yeah, that's sensational. Doesn't taste so much of that isotonic flavour that you get when you mix it with the water. You get such a strong flavour of lemon and yeah, that's really nice. All right, and next up we're going to try our squid in its own ink. Now, I'm not a huge fan of seafood, so I'm really not going to like this. To me, this looks like something you'd use for maybe fishing bait. But anyway, it's in here, so I've got to give it a go. Geez, it's fairly soft. It just breaks apart there. All right. Okay, let's have a look at that. You can see the little tentacles sticking out the middle of the opening there. All right, let's try that. Oh, wow. Yeah, look, seafood, you know what? I'm really not a fan of it. And these definitely are not the sort of thing that I would normally eat. Look, I'll try a little bit more of it. The sauce itself, though, it has a bit of what I would describe almost like a soy sauce kind of flavour to the sauce. It isn't real pleasant. Definitely not my sort of thing. And finally, that brings us to our Galatian soup. Now, I used 2 fuel tabs to get it up to temperature. So let's get this out. Yep, very hot. Oh, geez, what's that? All right, that looks fantastic. Let's have a little bit of a look and see what we can see. We've obviously got some chorizo. We have what could be spinach in there. We have some large beans, some white beans there. And we have some what could be pork. and some other sort of meats in there, which also could be beef. Wow, look at that nice chunk of beef there. All right, have a look at that. That looks good. Give that a try. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that was beef. And I think maybe this, yep, that's the same. That could be pork. Maybe there's a few different sorts of meat in here. That might be pork. We'll give that a try. Yeah, the meat is very tender. It has a nice flavour to it for sure. And lots of it. You actually get quite a fair bit of meat and big chunks. Look at that big chunk there of meat there. Not overly processed at all. Now on the vegetable front, we have some large beans. We'll give those a try. Yeah, they're lovely. And we also have cubed potato. There you go. And this sauce, it's almost like it is almost like a vegetable stock flavour. Yeah, that's really nice. Now, it's not spicy in any way. It's not overly salty. And you don't get any salt or pepper or any spices to add with it. So basically, this is the way it is. We have a different piece of meat here. This looks like it could be beef. We'll give that a try. And also it looks like what we have here is possibly spinach. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of a homemade dish. Very nourishing, very simple, and very wholesome. Now we also have only one chunk here of chorizo. Yeah, that chorizo was lovely. Could have done with a couple more pieces of that for sure. Look at this big chunk of meat here. If I could only get it onto my fork. Look at that. Nice piece of fat attached to that. Lovely. Yeah, that was beautiful. What a great, wholesome, nourishing meal. All right, we'll just wash it down with a bit more of dirty water. Even now, the pasta still is a little bit rubbery and chewy. All right, that finally brings us to our gum. You get one square brick there. Yeah, that was a great peppermint gum for sure. Had a great natural peppermint flavour. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like these sorts of videos. Thanks, Rob, for sending me this canteen cup and canteen bottle. Thanks, mate. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.